I'm having so much fun on this bike. Oh, says you never clip the pedal. Oh, gear scared the shit out of me. Who says you don't get fit riding downhill? Where am I going? All right, cut that. Okay, let's face it. Everyone's heard about the impressive power of the Amflow e-bike. But how far can this beast go on a single charge of that 800 watt-hour battery? To answer that question, I'm back in the exact same spot that I used to range test all of the bikes in our SL e-bike test. I've even fitted the exact same Continental tires, and I'm running the same tire pressure to help level the playing field. Actually, that's not 100% true. I just nicked the wheels of another bike that had the same Continental tires fitted, but we'll gloss over that for now. So just to bring you up to speed, in case you missed my SL e-bike range test video, the bike that climbed the furthest was the Continental Moterra SL, which managed to crank out 1,215 meters of vertical. So I'm expecting a little bit more out of the Amflow. Not a lot more though, because the Amflow is cranking out 850 watts of peak power and 105 Newton meters of torque, so that's going to put a way bigger drain on the 800 watt-hour battery than the EP801 motor was on the Continental Moterra with the 600 watt-hour battery. But enough of the chit-chat, let's get a mudguard fitted and see how far this bike can actually go. EMTB, perfect. That's turbo mode, let's go. Whoa, this thing is powerful. Even though it's super powerful, you still get to 25 kilometers an hour just over and it cuts out, so you just get there quicker. You don't actually go any faster, at least not on the road. Ground's not too muddy, which is good. It's firm because it is cold, and that's going to play a part in this range test. When I did all of the SL bikes, it was quite a bit warmer. In fact, if you noticed, if you were paying attention at the start, when I turned the motor on, it had 97% charge. So just sitting in the van overnight, it got a bit cold and it lost a bit of charge. So that will affect the range of this bike. It's absolutely motoring up this climb though. I've reached the speed limit. Oh no, I can't go any faster. Well, I could do, but it's just not worth it. Okay, so that's the first climb done in under 10 minutes. Whoa, tree down. Oh, primo. Can't believe it's mid-February. Look at this. Whoa, whoa, slipping. Okay. That's descent 1 in the books. Keep it rolling straight into the climb. Okay, so I was riding some Shimano EP801 equipped bikes the other day, and because I've been on the Amflow so much, I kept hitting the switch to try and find another mode, even though I was in boost. It's just because this thing's got 850 watts peak power compared to Shimano, which is at 600. I mean, that's a huge difference. And that's not even putting it into like boost mode where it goes to 1,000 watts of peak power. We're not going to be doing that on this range test though, because I think that would just murder the battery. Can't believe how good I got it today. The trails are actually pretty dry and it's running quite quickly, so that shouldn't impact the range test too badly. I'm at the top climb number 2. Total ascent is 228 meters of vertical. That's 18 minutes, roughly 19 minutes of riding. And I'm on 78% battery. So let's do another run. Let's drop in on descent number 2. Here we go. Whoa! Oh, the power out those turns, just do like a half crank and it's straight up to speed. Could be dicey here. Oh, that's a rut. Whoa! Happy to be on flats today. Tripoded all the way down here. Okay, descent 2 done. That was a little bit sketchier than I thought it was going to be. I'm puffed. Just from, who says you don't get fit riding downhill? As you can see, moving along pretty good on the climb here. This is actually an old overgrown tarmac road, this bit, so it's bone dry, exactly the same conditions as last time. Okay, just dispensed with the third climb. I'm now at 388 meters of vertical, and we've been riding for 33 minutes, and I've got 67% battery. 67% battery, that's 67 of 800 watt hours. Oh, I don't know, I can't do the maths. Let's just do another run. Oh, water splash. Ah, I wasn't expecting that. Get super fast down here. Little pick up there. Whoa. Don't want to go through that. Whoa! Jesus, deer scared the shit out of me. Holy moly, that's descent number 3 done. And I'm still alive. That deer gave me quite a shock. Where are we at? We're 66% battery, so it didn't lose much. We're gonna head down this, roll down this fire road, and then we're gonna go up the technical climb. Probably be a little bit more slippy in there than it was when I did it in the summer, but I think with all the extra power, the Amflow shouldn't have any problems like flying up it. There's a bit of sun on it actually, so this part seems okay. Sort of drier than I thought. So easy, just use the power to wheelie through stuff like that. In the unboxing video, someone commented about the free hub having like really sloppy engagement, and it's true, it is really slow. It's only got, oh, it's muddy there. It's only got like 21 point engagement, but you never notice it because of the way the overrun sort of keeps the chain taut. There's absolutely no problem with it at all. Some of the bikes coming up here, I was in the lowest gear, so the biggest cog at the back, and on this bike I'm in 4th gear, just because it's got so much more power and torque. So that's climb number 4, done and dusted. Pretty easy really, given all that power. Let's just have a look at the numbers. So it's roughly 50 minutes of riding, 536 meters of vertical, and we've still got 60% on the battery. So I'll say it's definitely going to beat the Cannondale. How much by though? I don't know. This is descent number 4. I think it's going to be a little bit dicey in here. Kind of rocky and tight. Now I should point out that I'm running the Amflow with a 27.5 back wheel, whereas it comes stock to full 29. And I've also, look, gotta think a bit here actually. Oh, look how green it is. Well, that's a bit of a deviation there. Right, let me compose myself. What I was trying to say there was that I'm running it with a 27.5 back wheel, but it's in the 29 geometry setting on the flip chip. So the BB height is now 327 mil, so just a hair lower than the Whyte ELyte 150. And like it's stock, it's like 341, so quite a bit lower than stock. And it's also now got a 63-degree head angle instead of the stock head angle with full 29 was 64.1. I got it out of I managed to drag it out of my memory. Oh, I nearly lost it twice. There's a lovely bit of single track in here. I think I said last time I never get tired of it. So true. Now, heard a lot of people say this bike feels like a trail bike. I have no idea what they're talking about. Like, it feels solid. Like most other people have ridden or tested the top end bike, so I can't speak to that one. But this one feels solid as a rock. If anything, I'd argue the back end could even be too stiff, because when you land over on rooty sections like this, you sort of feel it stepping out. Right, that's descent number 4 done. So this is climb number 5. Just checking we're still in turbo, because I want to keep it turboed for the whole loop, because that's exactly what I did on the other bikes. And I know that's not, like, it's not 100% fair, because some bikes have got way more power than others, but it's kind of impossible to equalize them. So the easiest thing to do is just stick them all in turbo mode and see what they give you, because let's face it, if you've got turbo, you're probably going to use it. get the gate. So as you pop through that gate, that's like 3/4 of the way up climb number 5. I'm on 38% GoPro battery and 46% e-bike battery, so I'm worried my camera's gonna run out before the bike does. Better get a move on. This is where I almost hit the deer last time, so fingers crossed nothing jumps out this time. Pretty fast, kind of whoopy section. Oh, it's rough through there. Back into the light. I gotta say, I'm really liking the 27.5 rear wheel and the kind of lower slacker geometry setting that comes with it. But I did go into the app and change it from 29, the wheel size on the speed sensor, from 29 to 27.5, because if I didn't do that, the bike would cut out before it got to 15.5 miles an hour or 25 kilometers an hour. So that would have given the bike actually more range than it should have got. Obviously, if I was going from a 27.5 bike to a 29 bike, I might not bother and just let it overspeed. But it's kind of cool that you can go into the app and do it yourself, whereas like on Shimano bikes or Specialized bikes, whatever, you got to bring it to a store, they got to plug it in, they got to do it all for you. It's kind of a pain in the ass if you just want to play around with the geometry. Okay, with all this geometry talk, I almost forgot what I'm here to do. So this is climb number 6 on the techie climb. I've got 41% battery. That should get me 10 runs. Let's see what happens. Changing down gears going uphill, that's insane, right? Down to 32% battery, 839 meters of elevation. We're riding for 1 hour 25. Total distance, 21K. I'm just cresting the top of climb number 6. Gonna just drop straight under the descent this time. No mucking around, keep the camera rolling, because I'm worried the lights fading. Little blast over there. I'm having so much fun on this bike. Okay, quick update. Descent number 6 done. Heading up to climb number 7. 30% battery. Let's do it. Back at the gate. Through the gate means I'm 2/3 of the way up the 7th climb. And that's a lot more climbing than most of the SL e-bikes got. And you gotta remember, the Amflow, this bike costs 6 grand, not 8, and it weighs 21.5 kilos roughly stock. And although I put downhill tires on it, it doesn't have downhill tires on anymore. So this bike with the Connies is gonna be like 21 and 21.7 or something. But maybe I'll measure it later just to check. I'm at 17% battery. Oh no. I've done 1,028 meters of vertical, and I've been riding for 1 hour 45 minutes with a couple of different pit stops and such. Total distance is 25.44 kilometers. I think 10 runs are going to be ambitious, right? Let's see. Oh, Sexy never clipped the pedal, and I nearly went over the bars. Oh my Lord. Oh, that scared me. Descent number 7 done, 17% battery, still in turbo mode everywhere. I gotta get a move on because it's getting dark in there and the sun's going down a little bit faster than I anticipated. Yeah, it was interesting I clipped the pedal there. I was just about to say I hadn't clipped the pedal all day. I ain't clipped on the climbs, ain't clipped anywhere else. I was just being silly, trying to pedal to get a bit more speed on that descent, just so you don't get bored watching slow riding on the video. Now, one cool feature on the Amflow that I haven't talked about is that it knows what gear I'm in, even though it's got a SRAM mechanical drivetrain. And I think that's just because the bike is metering your wheel speed, your power, and your torque more frequently than any other e-bike currently on the market. I mean, I think that's where things are gonna go. Like, instead of having 1, 2, or 3 speeds, like magnets on the rear wheel, I think the Amflow's got like 42 pickup points, so it's just way more accurate. Emergency, emergency. I just looked down, I was just pedaling off, I looked down at my screen and I've gone to 9% battery. I'm at 1,123 meters of vertical. Am I gonna beat the Cannondale? I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. I haven't been working anything like as hard. So I'm just coming up on the corner where the Trek died in my previous range test video, on my SL e-bike test video. Even at 9%, the Amflow's got like 3 times, it powers around that corner. Well, it's almost got 3 times more power, so it's kind of insane. So no sooner had I said it powered around that corner, I literally got like about 10 more feet, and it's gone into limp mode at like 9%. And it's funny because when I was in Italy, I rode this bike mostly in automatic and it never did that. It kind of metered the power differently. I think I got down to 3% before it kind of got heavy pedaling. I'm going to be sweating up that technical climb if I'm in limp mode. Well, it's probably not limp mode, it's probably eco, but it feels like limp mode when you've had 850 watts for over an hour and a half. So I'm back up at the top of the 8th descent. We're at 1,175 meters of vertical. We still haven't surpassed the Cannondale. We've been riding for just over me and the bike, I suppose. We've been riding for just over 2 hours, and the total distance is 29 kilometers. So yeah, pretty close to the Cannondale, and the battery's getting real low on the GoPro. Oh my lord. Love this section. Boom, top straight down to fire. New legs it down. 8th descent in the books. 5% battery. Oh, that's not good, is it? I think you're gonna see me conk out on this climb. 1,177 meters so far. Let's see what we can eke out of the final 5%. And let's see if I can make it up through here. I'm out of gears. I'm breathing hard. This is gonna be a slog. How the mighty fall, right? Sorry for the heavy breathing. I've got 3% battery left. I'm just about to go into the final part of the little technical climb to get to the gate. I think the bike might make it. I'm not sure I'm gonna though. Let's see. This is like life in slow-mo. I've been power wheeling through. No power wheelies now. That's it. Top of the 9th climb, heading for the 9th descent. Pretty amazing that I made it. What's interesting though is the bike's saying 0, but it's still giving me assistance. You can still see the power. Okay, GoPro just cut out then. Fingers crossed it's gonna make it. That's it. 9 full climbs, way down. The 9th descent. Seen it 2 times. Got a GoPro Hero 13. It's pretty new. It's got a better battery than the 12 that I shot all of the SL e-bike test on. And it's run out, and that never happened the whole time that I did the SL e-bike test. So the cold is definitely playing a part in the battery capacity. If I look at my Garmin, we've got 1,347 meters of vertical, so that beats the Cannondale, but in way worse conditions in terms of temperature, and it's still not finished. I'm gonna start another climb. I don't think I'll get very far. The Amflow, although it's only 6,000 pounds, has smoked all of the SL e-bikes in my SL e-bike test. Well, at least in terms of range, possibly not in terms of performance though. That's it, lights out. The Amflow has died, but it's pumped out 1,430 meters of vertical, so that blitzes past the Cannondale, which was the best SL e-bike, at 12:15. I've done 2 hours of 48 minutes of riding and 36.02 kilometers of riding. That's pretty impressive for a 6,000 pound full power bike that weighs 21.5 kilos. Now, I'll get back to the van. I'm gonna stick it on the scales with the Coney tires, see what it weighs like that. But I mean, you can't knock that in these conditions, right? I mean, it's cold, it's dry, but it's cold, and that's gonna impact the battery. And you gotta think range testing's not an exact science, so make of it what you will, but this bike went further than any other bike. Okay, so just got the mud guard off, got the paddles off, got the water bottle off. Let's get it on the scales. Got a little bit of mud on it, so it's gonna impact things 27.5-inch rear wheel should make it lighter. And we've also got the Continental control tires on there from the previous test. 21.3 kilos. Not bad, right? So I'm in the van because it's pretty cold outside and I just want to wrap this video up. Getting like 1,400 meters of vertical out of the Amflow is pretty impressive because, let's face it, it's got an 800 watt-hour battery, but it's supposed to pump out 850 watts of peak power. So in theory, you shouldn't even get an hour riding out of it, but then you're not getting 850 watts the whole time you're riding it, so that makes sense. And if you compare that to the Cannondale, it's got 600 watts peak power and a 600 watt-hour battery. So if anything, I would have expected the Amflow to get less range than the Cannondale, but instead it surpassed it in worse conditions. That's impressive, right? And the more I ride the Amflow, the more I'm impressed with the system. And I think there's benefits that can still be made from it because there's drag on the motor. I don't know if it's seal drag or if it's just inherent in the motor design. When you try and pull the chain backwards, or when you're pedaling in the kind of limp mode like I was for the last lap, you notice there's quite a bit of resistance in the motor. So there's efficiency gains that they could probably make to make it even better. Range tests, like I said before, it's not an exact science, but there's no doubt that the Amflow PL Carbon outperformed all of the SL e-bikes in my SL e-bike test in terms of range. It blew the doors off them. And don't worry, the full test on the Amflow is coming soon. I know this was a little bit more than a range test video because I gave some of the insights and things that I think about the bike while I was riding it, but I got a full test coming soon. And if you like these range test videos, do let me know in the comments if there's any bikes you'd like me to put through their paces because I really like doing them. Thanks for watching.